back to Tata Motors because that particular counter is remaining quite resilient in trade at this point in time. After that weak set of numbers, brokerage is also remaining cautious. Despite that, you have that stock that's just managing to hold up quite well, as you can see on your screens as well, on the top of your screens as well as on your screens. In fact, let's delve a little deeper into what is helping the stock at this point in time. Let's get Ashwin Patil, Senior Research Analyst, LKP Securities, on board. Try and understand what he also thinks about these numbers. Ashwin, thank you so much for taking time out and joining us this afternoon. A very good afternoon to you. I wanted to understand, first things first, what do you think about the stock holding up that resilient?
Very good afternoon. So actually the company has reported weak set of numbers, as you said earlier, and we have seen subduedness in the JLR numbers as well as the domestic passenger numbers. But if you see the commercial vehicles, maybe because that may be one of the reasons why the stock is holding up, where the company has reported some sort of market share gains, as well as some steadiness in some of the sub-segments of the commercial vehicles. And that is, I guess, that is showing that the Indian, the domestic commercial vehicle cycle is started showing some green shoots. So maybe that is, positive for the overall Indian commercial vehicle industry as well as for Tata Motors. Maybe that is one of the reasons why the stock is holding up at this moment. But apart from that, I don't see any, as such positive guidance also from the management. Like, on the passenger vehicle side also they are losing out on market share, and on the EV side also they are getting a stiff competition. Also, if you look at JLR, there is a lot of weakness in the European markets as well as in China. Also, there is this tax which has come up. So I guess going forward there will be difficult times for JLR in couple of these geographies. While in US it is doing good, but overall, if you ask me about the stock performance today, then it is anybody's guess why the stock has moved up. But I guess the commercial vehicle green shoots which we are seeing at this point in time, maybe that is one of the reasons why the stock is holding up today.
Well, absolutely. And I just wanted to add to that list that you've mentioned. Of course, you've highlighted stiff competition. But other than that, there's, of course, the China tax, there's warranty costs. You've briefly mentioned the aging models when it comes to JLR as well. What do you think about some of those concerns as well as market share losses when it comes to Tata Motors?
Yeah, that's what I said earlier also, that in China that new tax has come up. And also, competition is coming up. The competition is launching new, high-tech advanced and, models in the EV as well as the ICE space. Not only in, in India, but also globally. Therefore, the domestic business is also facing tough competition over here from the likes of Mahindra, Maruti, etc. And in the global markets, if you see in Europe and all, the growth is very sluggish. There is hardly any, growth happening in the automobile sector over there. And overall, the economies are not also growing at a good pace over there. So I guess, and that is Europe is close to about 20% of the top line. China is another 24%. So about, if you talk about 40-50% of their volumes are, in risk of slowdown. So, and the US is doing good. But also UK is showing some sort of stability in volume performance. But China and Europe, the couple of big geographies for JLR, they are showing this weakness. So I guess the model launches are also pending. I mean, a lot of model launches are there in the pipeline. But at this point in time, the market is growing fast. The competitors are growing fast. So I guess that because of that, there is a lot of concern on the stock on that front as well.
Well, absolutely. Lots of concern there. And we've managed to highlight some of those factors on both sides. But I just quickly wanted to get a word on what do you expect for the stock from here on? And also, what do you think we should be doing when it comes to the stock? What is your recommendation here?
See, on the positive side, I would say that, this Iveco acquisition, which the company has done recently, that is, offering Tata Motors to expand its presence in the global CV market, and number 4 player it will be making it. Technology will be adding into it, but at the same time, in the European market, there is a lot of slowdown, and also the stock of Iveco has grown by, twice in the last 1 year. So it's not a very inexpensive kind of acquisition that the company has done. It is also adding to the pressure on its balance sheet. So it has got both the advantages, this acquisition, and that will be adding up by April 26 to the financials. So post that, the company will be getting some sort of reality check on this acquisition, but maybe like on positive side, we can see some sort of growth on the top line and a good presence in the global markets. But if you talk on the negative side, overall on the core business, if I say that there is a lot of pressure on JLR on the domestic PVs, but CVs are, which is a high ROC business, about 40% ROC is there on the domestic CV business. So I guess that is, on the positive side. So on and on, we remain neutral on the stock at this point in time with the target close to about 670 rupees.
All right, and thank you so much, Ashwin, for joining us and taking time out and helping us understand what are the triggers as far as Tata Motors then is concerned. There you go, Tata Motors holding on to a 2.5% uptick in trade despite a weak set of numbers. Brokerages remaining cautious. Lots of moving wheels and moving parts to that entire story, but the stock is only moving in one direction. That's Tata Motors for you, but let's also look at one counter on the flip side. It's PG Electroplast that is in